Hello students, today we shall go on for to work out some problems on rotational spectroscopy. In today's class, let us try to work out some problems on rotational spectroscopy. First of all, let us consider first problem, that is calculate the reduced mass and the moment of inertia of HCl molecule if the atomic masses of hydrogen and chlorine are 1.008 atomic mass unit and 34.98 atomic mass unit respectively, and the internuclear distance is 0.1275 nanometer. Given 1 kg is equal to 6.024 into 10 raised to 26 atomic mass unit. This was a problem which had appeared for 4 marks in 2014. So we are asked to calculate what? The reduced mass and the moment of inertia. So now here, first of all, we are supposed to know what is the formula which we are going to use. For reduced mass, I am going to use the formula mu is equal to m1 m2 divided by mn plus m2. This is, using this formula, I can calculate the reduced mass. We are given the masses of hydrogen and chlorine atoms as, for hydrogen, considering hydrogen as m1, the atomic mass is going to be 1.008 atomic mass unit, and for chlorine, assuming it to be as m2, it is going to be 34.98 atomic mass unit. Now when I just go on to substitute this in this formula, that is m1 m2 by mn plus m2, I will be getting the value as 0.984 atomic mass unit. But students, this has to be converted into kgs. Because this has to be converted into kg, I know 1 kg is given as 6.024 into 10 raised to 26 atomic mass unit. So 1 atomic mass unit will be 1 by 6.024 into 10 raised to 26. So what do I do is, I am going to multiply 0.984 atomic mass unit into 1 by 6.024 into 10 raised to 26, and the value which I go on to get is going to be 1.633 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. So this is how I go on to determine the the reduced mass. Next, I am supposed to determine what? The moment of inertia. The formula used to determine moment of inertia is I is equal to mu r naught square. I know the reduced mass, students. Reduced mass in terms of kg is going to be 1.633 into 10 raised to minus 26 kg. And the internuclear distance is given as what? 0.1275. That I would like to substitute it. This is going to be in terms of what? Nanometers. So I am going to write down the same thing in terms of nanometer as 1.275 into 10 raised to minus 10 whole square, because it is r naught square. When I just go on to multiply the reduced mass and the internuclear distance square, I am going to get the value as 2.654 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg meter square. So this is the value for moment of inertia. Now let us go on for the next problem. The next problem is, the rotation spectrum of carbon monoxide has line spectra at 384.2 centimeter inverse apart. That is, in the rotational spectra of carbon monoxide has lines separated by 384.2 centimeter inverse apart. We are asked to calculate the moment of inertia and bond length of the molecule. We are asked to calculate what? The moment of inertia and the bond length of the molecule. What is given to us is the reduced mass. Reduced mass is given as what? Mu is equal to 1.139 into 10 raised to minus 26 kg. The reduced mass is 1.139 into 10 raised to minus 26 kg, and Planck's constant H is 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second. And this problem also had appeared for 4 marks in the year 2017. the formula which we are going to use here is, that is, moment of inertia is related to the rotational constant as I is equal to h by 8 pi square bc. I is moment of inertia, b is going to be the rotational constant, and c is going to be the velocity. I know moment of inertia is related to reduced mass and the internuclear distance or bond length as mu r naught square. Using these two formulas, I am going to determine the moment of inertia and the bond length of the molecule. First, I have to determine the rotational constant B. And I know in the rotational spectra, the lines are separated by 2B. So 2B is given as 384.2 centimeter inverse because they are separated by 384.2 centimeter, that is, this is equal to 2B. So I can determine 2B is equal to, I have to convert this into terms of meter, students. I am going to convert this into meter. Because I have to convert this into meter, I will multiply 384.2 into 100. So it will be converted into meters. So in terms of meters, it will be 38,420 per meter. This is 2B. So B will be this divided by 2, and that will be, B will be 19210 per meter. Now what do? I substitute the value for Planck's constant, that is h, that is 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 divided by 8 into pi value is 8.3142 whole square. The value of B is 19210 into velocity of light, students, in terms of meters it will be 2.988 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So when I substitute all these terms in this expression and simplify, I will be getting it as 1.4616 into 10 raised to minus 44 kg meter square. So this is moment of inertia. Next, I am going to determine bond length. Using the relation I is equal to mu r naught square. Mu r naught square, I know the value of moment of inertia as 1.4616 into 10 raised to minus 48 kg meter square will be equal to, reduced mass is given, students. Reduced mass is given as 1.139 into 10 raised to minus 26 kg into internuclear distance of the bond length, that is measured in terms of meter square. So it will be r naught square. So r naught square will be equal to this term divided by 1. It will be 1.4616 into 10 raised to minus 46 kg meter square divided by 1.139 into 10 raised to minus 26. When I just go on to cancel it out, I will be getting the units, that is 1.2832 into 10 raised to minus 22. Here meter square will be there. When I just take the square root of it, I will be getting the value as 1.1327 into 10 raised to minus 11 meter. So this is how I go on to determine the value of moment of inertia and the bond length. Next problem is, what is the moment of inertia of a diatomic molecule whose internuclear distance is 140 picometer and the reduced mass is, here I am given internuclear distance, that is 150 picometer, and reduced mass mu is equal to 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. I am going to use the formula I is equal to mu r naught square. But here, students, internuclear distance is given in terms of picometer. So because it is a picometer, I have to convert that into meter. If I have to convert that into meter, it will be 150 into 10 raised to minus 12 meter. Pico stands for 10 raised to minus 12. So it will be 10 raised to minus 12 meter. This will be 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 10 meter. Reduced mass is given in terms of 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. So now moment of inertia I is equal to mu r naught square will be given when I just go on to substitute the values and further simplify. This is 10 raised to minus 10, students. It will be 3.375 into 10 raised to minus 47 kg meter square. Now let us go on to the next one. Calculate the vibrational degree of freedom. To calculate the vibrational degree of freedom of carbon monoxide and benzene, we are asked to calculate the vibrational degree of freedom for carbon monoxide and benzene. Solution is the number of atoms in carbon dioxide is 3 and carbon dioxide is a linear molecule. So the vibrational degree of freedom is 3n minus 5. Vibrational degree of freedom is 3n minus 5. So when I just go on to substitute it, the vibrational degree of freedom for carbon dioxide is 4. In case of benzene, benzene is a non-linear molecule with a formula C6H6. The number of atoms is going to be 12. When I substitute this number of atoms in the expression, vibrational degree of freedom for a non-linear molecule is given as 3n minus 6. For a linear molecule, it is given as 3n minus 5. Whereas for a non-linear molecule, it will be given as 3n minus 6. So when I substitute it, it will be 3 into 12 minus 6 or it will be 30. The vibrational degree of freedom for benzene is going to be 30. So we have worked out few problems in rotational spectrum and vibrational degree of freedom. Okay students, thank you.